Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. 2 videos in a row. Yay! So it is early Saturday morning. I decided to go back to my usual spot and do another quick video because I did a bag switch this morning. I recently became obsessed with the new owls pattern. I did show that in the last video. It's a little iconic round coin purse. I learned that it was a limited release around Christmas of 2018, I believe, so there weren't very many bag styles or accessories released in that pattern after all. And I even think I said in yesterday's video that I wasn't a fan of the triple zip hipster for many different reasons, and I probably echoed that in a lot of my videos in the past. But when you're desperate to get a pattern, you're willing to make things work. So, and this is probably going to blow out a lot because it's a light color and there's a dark background here. But this is the triple zip hipster. Actually, it's the iconic version in the pattern owls. So that's the name of the pattern. It's just owls. It's not owls gray. But if you do want to find a few items in this pattern more quickly, because if you do Google or search up on third-party sites Vera Bradley owls, it's going to bring up a few different patterns. It's going to bring up the older owls pattern. I think it's called night owls. It's going to bring up the holiday owls pattern, which came out during the same time. And then this one is just called owls. So if you do want to find a few of these items a little bit quicker, just look up Vera Bradley owls gray. And it won't bring up every one of these items, but it will bring up a few. So that's just a little tip there for what it's worth. But I did find this for a really good deal on Poshmark. To my knowledge, there is only one of these on eBay, at least, you know, titled correctly. I know you can go on eBay and some people will just list a bag like this as Vera Bradley purse. They won't put owls, they won't put when it came out, they won't put any details about the bag style. And that's actually how I found this one. I was just searching on Poshmark, and to my surprise, this doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes I get lucky, you know, because around the same time I had already ordered the little owls coin purse that was already on its way to me, and I was just looking through Poshmark and this bag popped up. She had it titled Vera Bradley purse. She did not have owls in the description. She did not have triple zip hipster, I don't think, in the description. I could be wrong, maybe that was in there, but it was new with tags. And there's one of these listed on eBay for almost $100 because it's the only one on there. So this one, I think she had it listed, I don't know, I paid less than $35 for it. I think it was like $34 or something like that. Anyway, for a brand new bag with tags, it was worth it to me. And I just want to address real quickly, I know I said in, you know, multiple videos that the triple zip hipster isn't my favorite compared to other bag styles that have a little more room, a little more give. But because I wanted something in this owls pattern so badly, and the Vera tote is really hard to find. I did find one for a good deal, and I have it on my watch list. I'm on the fence because I really like the Vera tote, but the problem with the Vera tote is it's just too big for me personally as an everyday bag. Especially now that I'm not traveling into my work office, I can't really find a use for it. I'm currently using my custom Vera tote as a travel bag. So I'm using that one every day with all my travel accessories in it. That's great. But to buy another Vera tote right now just doesn't make sense to me. But you know, my mind changes by the minute. So an hour from now, I could completely change my mind and want to get it. It's just where I'm at right now. I don't want to invest in that. But I absolutely can make this bag work for me. And here's why. So although the triple zip hipster is not my favorite bag style, I love the mini Glenna, as you've seen. I love the Hadley crossbody. Those are two of my all-time favorite purses ever. And actually, I eventually got everything that was inside of my mini Glenna in here with a desirable shape. But I think I gravitate towards the mini Glennas and the Hadley crossbodies because they're just round in shape and they have a little more give, a little more space. They're more quote-unquote bulky crossbodies, whereas this this one's marketed as a slim, sleek crossbody. As you can see, there is a little bit of bulk there. That doesn't bother me. But when I packed this up yesterday, when I got it in the mail, it was driving me nuts. And I eventually realized, once I unpacked it and went back into the Mini Glenna, I thought this morning, I'm like, let me try this again, because with the triple zip Hipster, it's going to be a game of balancing out my items in the different pockets and sections. And I finally found a combination where I was able to keep all of my same stuff inside and still have a more desirable look and feel. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate the triple zip Hipster, but I feel like you either have to A, carry very little items, just a few items, or B, balance out your items in the different pockets, or C, there's some people that don't care what their bag looks like or feels like, so maybe they'll cram a bunch of stuff in there and they don't care that it looks lumpy up here and lumpy down, you know what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. I know this is a personal preference. There's a lot of ladies and guys out there that love the triple zip Hipster. They swear by it. That's all they use. That's their favorite all-time bag. And I think that's awesome. But for me, I think there are other better bag options out there. This, I needed the pattern. I really wanted the pattern. So that's why we're here. I know you always hear me complaining about the triple zip, or maybe not complaining, but just saying how it doesn't work for me. But here we are. We've got her. So now that we talked about why I converted over to the triple zip Hipster, before we get into how I organized everything, I just want to talk about the print. So again, the print is called Owls. It came out, I think, November or maybe September of 2018, and it was marketed as a Christmas or holiday pattern by Vera Bradley. And in this pattern, you've got a variant of a dark and light gray owl, and they are layered in line formation, so it's very it's a grid pattern, you know. It's repetitive. The owls are basically the same, except they are facing different ways on each line. So this one, they're all facing this way, etc. So they're kind of layered in that sense, but they all have the same expression, the very happy face, very cute and almost chibi-like. And you definitely get a better depiction of the owls on the back because the pattern is less interrupted. There's only one slip pocket there, so you can get a better look at the owl's print there. And I'll get you in really close so you can get a good look at those little beauties. So I'm just gonna, I don't want this to be a video where I talk about the parts about the triple zip that I don't like. But the one thing about the iconic triple zip that does drive me a little bonkers is that there's so much cut up pattern here. So it's cut up here, here, and then I did get good pattern placement right in the middle. I've got owl faces there. But then you've got owls going in a weird direction here, and then here as well. And then back up here I have perfect placement. So on this bag, I think it's okay. I know it's very geometric, very grid-like, but I think like some patterns you can't even notice all of those cut up pieces because it's just like it's a floral pattern or something and it blends well. But with the grid-like patterns like this, or if you have patterns with critters on them, particularly the patterns that I'm thinking of are the Disney prints, because the triple zip Hipster, or at least the iconic version of the triple zip Hipster, is very common in the Disney lines. And I've tried so many times to convince myself to get for example, a Mickey's Paisley Celebration triple zip Hipster. I can't do it because all I see in this area where there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cut up pieces right in this section, all you see are cut up Mickey heads. There was one on eBay that was personally driving me nuts. It had probably like 6 or 7 yellow pairs of Mickey shoes all cut up in this section. And, you know, I'm not the most pickiest about pattern placement, but spending, you know, a boatload of money on that, since it is a limited edition Mickey or Disney item, that does drive me nuts, and I cannot deal with that. So I think on this pattern, because it's gray, it's neutral, and I did get good swatches of the pattern here and here, I think I can let that slide. I think it blends okay, but that is another thing to be aware. So if you're new to the triple zip hipster world, or you're new to the Vera Bradley world in general, and you're looking for a bag style that's right for you, there's a good chance that you'll love the triple zip hipster, but just be aware of those pattern cutoffs there with the zippers. Okay, now that we went over the pattern, I'm going to go over the features really quickly. So you do have an adjustable shoulder strap, and the great thing about the strap is that it's really durable and soft. And currently I have it adjusted to shoulder bag, and it makes a really good shoulder bag. I do have to say that. I was carrying it as a shoulder bag this morning, and it was very comfortable. I did switch it to crossbody for a little bit. That was fine too. So that's a great thing about the bag. It has a nice shoulder strap, or adjustable strap, I should say. On the back, you do have a slip pocket. It goes from here to here. So as you can see, this is how my hand extends. That's how big the pocket is. And it does go down to right about here. So not all the way to the bottom, right about here. Oh, and I am using my phone to film. It is the iPhone 10, the regular size iPhone 10. It fits in there perfectly, even with the bulk. So you can see there's a little bit of bulk back here. It still fits on top of the bulk just fine. If we go to the front, we'll see how the triple zip hipster gets its name. So you've got 1, 2, 3 zippers. And since this is the early iconic line item, you do have the scratchy metal zippers. I have to say, I've said it in a couple more recent videos that I've gotten used to the metal zippers. And of course, right when I got used to the metal zippers, Vera Bradley got rid of them, and they're using a completely different zipper in their iconic bags, which is softer and smoother. So I don't hate the metal zippers anymore. They are finicky sometimes. These ones seem to be working okay. It is really hard to zip them back though with one hand. Well, that one went okay. See how this one does. See how it can be a little finicky sometimes? There we go. You have to like really hold onto the bag and pull sometimes. So eventually that's going to be a little bit detrimental to the fabric. I would say down the line, if you're using it day after day, hour after hour, it could be, you know, it's eventually going to wear a little bit. But it's okay. Like I said, I've gotten used to them on, you know, for example, I have the Carson Hobo, and that has a metal zipper, and I still love the bag. Still use the bag. It's one of my favorites, so it's all right. So let's start with this bottom pocket here. Well, before we get to that, I will show you that there is a Vera Bradley pleather nameplate on the front. And just to talk really quickly before we get inside the pocket about the coloration of this pattern. So it's not white. Don't be afraid of getting this pattern because you think it's white. It is a light colored pattern, so yes, it can still get stains and be noticeable because of its light color. But I would say the background is a very light gray, and then you have light gray and I would say medium gray owls stacked on top of that really light gray. So don't worry, it's not like a pure white pattern, but if you are worried about like getting stains on it and stuff, I mean, I guess you just got to be careful. Know that these are washable. I did throw it in the washer, and I put it in the dryer, which I usually never do or recommend. But for this particular bag, I just put it in the dryer. I put it on a very low setting for probably 20 minutes. It was dry. It didn't shrink or anything. I don't recommend doing that. I mean, do what you please. You don't have to listen to me, of course, but I think to me it was worth the risk. If it was going to shrink a little bit, I was going to be... I don't care. So it's my bag. I'm just going to do whatever I want. So anyway, let's get back to this first pocket. So first you're going to see the inside pattern, which I love the inside pattern. It is so pretty. And I think Vera used this for their interiors of different things, like the velvet. Some of the velvet items I think have this really cute starry interior. So that is like an off-white, almost an eggshell background with, well, no. It's actually like a navy blue background. I would say the eggshell white is on top, however you want to look at it. And then there are stars inside of those designs. So in this pocket, there are no additional slip pockets or anything. It does go down all the way to the bottom of the bag. And I'll try to show you. It's going to be really hard for you to see what I have in there, maybe. But in here, I just have my hand sanitizers. They're both Bath & Body Works. And then I just have my chapstick. So in terms of organization, I tried to keep really small items in that pocket. So then you can see there's less bulk. There's still bulk, but what you gonna do? Then in the top pocket, you do have 2 slip pockets. You've got one here. I've got my sunglasses in those. And then you've got another one here. And in there, I'm just keeping my charging cord. This is my lightning adapter to my headphones. And then this is a nifty little product that my boyfriend got me. They're actually made by veterans, I believe, here in the state of Ohio. But they're just a little nifty product to help you open doors or tap the keypads at grocery stores when you're checking out with your credit card. Just another way for you not to touch surfaces during the pandemic. So I thought that was a really neat product. So those 3 things are in this slip pocket right there. And then down into the body of the bag. So this pocket also goes to the bottom of the bag. So remember, you've got not 1, not 2, but 3 pockets that all go to the bottom of the bag, which is a reason that causes bulk. And just a quick opinion here, I think if Vera Bradley just made like a gusset here, just to make it a little bit wider, I think that would improve the triple zip Hipster's capacity so much better. I know the goal of the bag is to, be sleek and slim and flat on the body, but if they made a version that had like a gusset that went out to allow a little bit more space, I think I would buy more of these. So anyway, that's just food for thought. So you can see in the bottom there, I do have a few things. I have my headphones, one of my all-time favorite things to ever exist. I probably could not live without my headphones. And then I just have a lot of keys here. So there are keys to my car, keys to this car, which is my boyfriend's, and then our mail key for back home. So all of those are just kind of chilling in the bottom, and I like them down there. I think they all fit really well down there. I can see them. I can easily reach in and out and know when I'm grabbing. So they don't really disappear down there. As you can see, it opens up really nicely. So I'm impressed with that. And I'll just go back to this bottom pocket real quick too. And the same goes with this one. I can, you can see a little bit of overlap with this pocket up here, but I could still see those smaller items. So that's what I tried to do. I put my smallest items in terms of like quick grab items like the hand sanitizer and chapstick in here. In the second pocket, I put my sunglasses and keys. And then we're going to get into the main interior, which you see has a regular soft zipper. All 3 of the zipper pulls are this loop pleather. And one more thing I forgot, the bag is lined in this light gray piping material. So let's get into that main pocket. It is a little bit of a recess, as you can see, but then you get a flash of that really pretty interior print. So before I bust into the inside of this bag, let me just show you what things look like inside. You're going to notice there is a nice size zipper pocket in the back with the Vera Bradley nylon nameplate. And this was during the era where Vera Bradley was using their nylon interiors, not their cotton interiors. So this is a little bit, crinkly. But I do think what I do like about the nylon interiors is that they're a little more lightweight. So I feel like it does contribute at least a little bit to the weight of the bag. So I do like that. I never knock on the nylon interiors. The only time when I don't like them is if they're all black because you can't see anything inside your bag. So this one is a really nice interior. So you can see some of my necessities here. You can see my checkbook cover that I'm using as a notebook holder. There's my little Heirloom Paisley pouch, my Penelope Garden zip ID and lanyard, and my bottle of lotion. And there are a couple other things that are kind of living at the bottom there. So that's another thing you have to be okay with, is that when you open the bag up, since it does have a flatter bottom, you're not going to be able to see everything at once. Unless you do have it lined up like I do, so you can see at least your necessities. There's a really cute little squirrel outside of the car. Literally, I'm calling squirrel right now. That's how distracted. It's just so cute. Anyway, here's the back zipper pocket, and I just have a few necessities in there. I've got my medicine, my gum, my hair pick, and then because I love animals so much, I have these little rubber animals. This one's an elephant, and this one is a penguin. I love every single animal on the planet, but the penguin is one of my all-time favorites. So those are also back there too, in that little zipper pocket. And you can see there's still lots more room to fit stuff. So that's what I have back there. I'm going to show you one more time before I start taking stuff out and putting it back in. So I've got my notebook cover. It's really a checkbook cover, but I'm using it to house my notebooks and coupons and grocery lists. And you can see there's a pen and a pack of tissues. So that is there. Then I've got my Heirloom Paisley pouch, and this just has everything from Tylenol to a baby pair of scissors, a little pair of scissors. I've got a Tide pen in there and some Band-Aids and some disinfecting wipes, just little packets of them. I've got a bottle of lotion inside. I did fit my little deodorant pot at the bottom. When I put it in the zipper pocket, it was causing too much bulk right here, so I wasn't able to fit my phone comfortably in here. So that's why that's at the bottom. Hair tie. My Penelope Garden zip ID case. I did show this in yesterday's video, but the lighting was really weird, so you weren't able to see the hedgehog as nicely. So hopefully now, if you're watching, you can see the hedgehog a little bit better there. And the last thing that I have in the bottom is my matching coin pouch. You can see it's really bulky right now. And I do have another one of these on the way. I found one for, I think, $7 or $8. So I did pick that up because I really like these. And right now I am using these for my masks. They're all cloth masks. I got 3 of them. I've got this gray one, this black one, and I do have the, I have the Happy Snails. This is an official Vera Bradley mask. I did try it on in yesterday's video. It's really big, and I still haven't sewn the sides of it yet, the elastics, but I think I am going to cut and sew them tonight. So I'm going to put all the masks back in here. And actually, since I've been using this one more often, this is another one just made out of a t-shirt. I'm just going to stick this one in the front pocket with my hand sanitizer and chapsticks. And that way this little pouch, although it can accommodate all 3, it's not as bulky anymore. So that was at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up the bag again. Again, I'm putting everything, at least the checkbook cover I'm putting vertically because it is kind of big. So just kind of roll that up a little bit. Put that right there. Lotion, hair tie. And let me give you another look of how I organize things. So at least in that fashion, you can see everything and know what you're reaching for. Again, we've got Penelope Garden wallet, Heirloom Paisley coin purse with all my little things in it, the checkbook cover, aka notebook holder. We've got the little Owl's coin purse back there with my masks in it. And then we've got the lotion, hair tie, and my deodorant is underneath this stuff here. I'm not always reaching for the deodorant though. Mainly I just keep it in there in case I'm like out and about and I feel like I need a refresh, and then I just pull that little pod out, use it real quick, and put it away. It's definitely not something I need to carry in my bag, but it's just nice to have. So anyway, you can see that there is a little bit of pull here because it's a little bit bulky on the inside. I can feel that deodorant pod. It's right there actually. So that's what's causing that pull. So if I took that out, that would probably improve the shape of the bag a little bit better. But like I said, I like the bag. I don't hate it or anything, but it's just a fun print. It is a nice bag. It's got lots of pockets if you like organization. And you're able to adjust it to your liking. So it's a great little bag. Nice little, I would say, medium-sized purse. And the print is just so much fun. So anyway, that was I won't say a quick one, it's about 25 minutes today, but I just wanted to hop on here and just blab about Vera Bradley some more. So I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend, and have a great day, and stay safe. Bye!